Hey beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul. We're here for a reading about the person on your mind and the changes you can expect within this connection in the nearish future. Now, I didn't set any particular timeline for this reading. I simply asked for impending changes. So likely within the next few weeks to few months here between you and your person, just to be crystal clear with you guys. Today's reading is going to have a focus on the future and basically what you can expect to shift and change and happen significantly in the coming weeks, months, or nearest future for you guys. So let's get to the bulk of the reading here. I'm going to first get started by introducing the cards of the first spread I've pre-pulled for us. After that, we're going to hop into the tarot where I'll dive a little bit deeper into the message. And as always, I will pull a few channeled messages from your person to you. Those will be future messages because this whole reading is going to be future focused. And then I will end our reading here today with a short message just for you. I will be doing an extended for today's reading. If you find that you're really resonating with it, you're welcome to check that out. The extended for the reading here today is going to be on current energies. So the entire reading we're going to do here today is going to be focused on the future and what you can expect in the near future. And then in the extended, we're going to be talking about your person's thoughts and feelings about you in the moment right now in current form, current energies. So a link to that will be down below in the description box and the pinned comment for those of you who are interested. So let's hop into the reading here today, you guys. The first card we have up is the prayer followed by the vision. The androgen, sun splendor, movement, illumination. 9th house, expand your point of view. 7th house, make a commitment. Pisces, tune into your intuition. And up here we have the full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach, okay? So I can already tell that this reading found you when it was meant to. I always set that intention, but I feel like today's reading is going to be pretty specific, and it definitely found you to give you a heads up when you're meant to see it, okay? All of my readings are timeless. I set the intention that they find who they're meant to find. Take messages here today, how they resonate with your situation, and leave any that don't, but I just want to throw it out there right from the get-go. I think it's going to be a pretty specific message here today. Now I have to shout out some things that I'm noticing and seeing here for bonus confirmation. We could be talking about a divine counterpart situation. Both of these two cards from my alchemy deck do talk about that. I'll dive deeper into that message as the reading goes along here, but I have to throw it out there. We have a lot of notes about divine masculine and divine feminine energies, so this could be a divine counterpart situation. We also have the zodiac sign Pisces coming out here, so someone in this connection could have significant Pisces placements, sun, moon, rising sign. We even have the 9th and 7th house, so it could be that you and your person might have Pisces like in your 7th or 9th houses. You might want to take a look at your astrology charts if you're able to do so, or if you're interested to see how those line up, because those could be subtle clues or notes for you here. And then lastly, up here with full moon eclipse. I don't know when the next full moon eclipse is from when I'm filming this reading. For those of you who are watching shortly after its release, if you feel like looking that up and commenting down below for the collective, you're more than welcome to. But this could be a significant timeline for when this is all going to go down, so to speak. So the next full moon eclipse, if anybody wants to drop that info, you're welcome to. And if I can remember to look it up after this reading, I will note that down below, but I'm not making any promises here, okay? Oftentimes when I'm channeling, it's almost like it floats away from me after I'm done with the reading. Like I'm not focused on the energy any longer because I usually reset my energy right after. So, whew, that was a mouthful. Okay, let's get to it, you guys. So what is changing and shifting in this dynamic in the nearish future between the two of you? I definitely see some sort of vision or wish fulfillment coming in, and I believe that this is focused on you. So you may have already had a vision about the changes to come, either through a dream or a waking vision. I also just heard vision boards, so this could even be something you're trying to manifest, something that you have prayed for, asked for, hoped for. But something really strong is coming through about you setting some sort of an intention or being aware of this before it's going to happen. Your intuition has already been informing you of this change. So you already have some level of awareness of what this is. You might be doubting yourself a little bit or, questioning whether or not it's actually coming through for you or through for this connection. This reading could have found you to give you that confirmation, because I do see that it has something to do with you and intention setting, or kind of like bringing this into reality. So you already have been asking for this. You've already been trying to set that intention. Now, I do think that the changes coming in are happy changes, I guess you could say, something that's going to feel very uplifting and positive. I also think it's going to be like a lot of enlightening changes. So you might notice that you and your person are getting closer on deeper levels, or that there's some sort of an awakening that takes place within both of you. And within the connection itself, because we have illumination here. And even this energy of illumination kind of reminds me of like a window looking out into the sun, and then over here again like a sunset with sun's splendor. And even up here we actually have a window-esque looking image as well. So I think it's going to help you to see something clearly, either about yourself, your person, vice versa, or about the connection itself. Like maybe you've known this was coming all along, but you've doubted your intuition, or you did for a period of time. So it's also going to be enlightening. It's going to be awakening. There's going to be some, probably some revelations that come through, and confirmations of what you already knew was coming, if that makes sense. I also see that it involves a progression of things. And for some of you, it's rapid progression, because this card is making me think of like the Eight of Wands and the Chariot in tarot. Even just with the image here on the card for movement, it makes me think of certain Eight of Wands cards that I've seen and used in my own personal readings before. Like several different decks. Let me see if I can find an example. I may have packed them away. I know one deck that I'm thinking of is the Pulp Tarot. Also even just like traditional Rider-Waite, like with wands shooting upwards. So I don't know why I'm fixating on that. Maybe you've been seeing the Eight of Wands come up for you a lot in recent readings. But it's making me think of progression and forward movement, and it could be at like a rapid pace or a quicker pace than you had originally anticipated. And I think for most of you watching, it involves higher level commitment, because down here with the 7th house, we have make a commitment. And then even just with this card here, we have this energy of divine feminine and divine masculine energies coming into a union. So especially if you resonate with this being your divine counterpart, like a significant soulmate of yours or something like that, I do see the possibility of the two of you coming into union or making a higher level commitment with one another in the 3D. I do think that a lot of this involves the 3D. This isn't just like, like, how can I explain this? I see the two of you actually coming together, getting closer and moving things forward together in the 3D. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to leave it at that, okay? I think that it's very interesting because we have a lot of repeating messages coming through here, even with expand your point of view. I think that's nodding up here to illumination. There's some like big awakening moment that's coming in for this connection. And I think both you and your person are going to be experiencing that, as well as a higher level of commitment and moving things forward. And again, this is the near-ish future. I didn't set any particular timeline other than within the next few weeks or or months. We're not talking like years down the road. It's like a few weeks or months from whenever this reading found you. So I do think that things are going to be progressing rather quickly. Okay. It's interesting that we have conclusions are within reach. So a very specific message coming through is that maybe you've had a vision from a long time ago, or you've had like these recurring dreams, recurring visions, or bits of information coming through where you know that this is coming, but you haven't seen evidence of it present like too heavily in the 3D. And it's almost like this card, the conclusions are within reach, is saying it's all gonna make sense soon. You're gonna be able to see this clearly. Like when it actually happens and comes in for you, it's going to make sense. And the whole timeline of how everything is played out between you and this person will suddenly make sense. Like you're going to be able to look through the window of the past and see how it all kind of like clicked together like a puzzle piece, basically. Okay. Now, I did want to note here, this card specifically does talk about divine masculine energy. And it's similar to other sun cards in tarot and in this deck, solar energy, but it specifically talks about the long-term effects of this prosperity, this abundance, and these blessings that are coming your way. So I feel like this is a subtle yet not so subtle nod to the fact that we are talking about a higher level commitment, something that's meant to be long-term and long-lasting between you and your person. So for some of you watching, it could involve marriage or engagement. We have an engagement ring being depicted here and a couple that's like walking through the archway that is the ring on this card. It could also just be formal union. But whatever it is, I do think you and your person have come to this conclusion that this is going to be a very long-term committed connection between the two of you. This isn't something that's going to be fleeting or fly away shortly after you come together. There's something about this that indicates it being a higher level commitment you and your person have found and made to each other. So that is what I am seeing coming in for the future of this connection in the nearish future. So let's get into the tarot, where I'm going to dive a little bit deeper. Give me a minute here, you guys, as I sort of prep and pack that up. Okay. If you have been resonating with this reading so far, by the way, I would love it if you would hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you're new. We'd love to have you join us over here in the Awakened Soul community. And then remember, I am also doing an extended reading where we're talking about current thoughts, feelings, and energies. This is all about the future here today. So what else can you tell me about the future? And by the way, excuse my nail, by the way, it broke like not too long ago, but I can't get it fixed until like it heals a little bit. There's still a little bit of like a wound there, and I just don't feel comfortable going and getting it fixed until that's healed all the way. So I know it looks kind of goofy. Just bear with me. At the end of the day, I have to make sure it heals before I can get it fixed, even if it looks a little ridiculous. Okay, yeah, this has been a long time coming. For some of you watching right now, like you've known about this for a long time, or this is something you've asked for a long time, and you feel like it's about dang time this comes in for you. Okay. And it also involves commitment and devotion to each other and to mutual goals. Okay. All right, let's get a few more cards out. What else can you tell me about the nearish future? Any additional details you can bring me? That is funny. Take a look at that. We had these two come out together, so I'm taking them as a pair. That's the Eight of Wands. That's the reference I was giving you from, where'd that card go? I might have to put this in the thumbnail. You see what I mean? Like even just the imagery on a lot of tarot cards, like this is really making me think of the Eight of Wands, because that's a very typical depiction of that energy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Okay. All right. I think we have enough information for now. I might pull some extra cards, but we're going to kind of just chat about what came out here. These two are next to each other because they're a pair. This is just how I read, you guys. So just bear with me. Hopefully it makes sense. Anyway, So in the future of this connection, what it seems like you can expect again is a lot of personal growth and change, and growth and change of this connection as well. The very first card we have out is the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Movement of Pentacles, which is the Knight in this deck. The Spirit of Cups, which is the King of Cups. The Innocence of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Two of Cups, okay? First of all, lots of Pentacles energy coming through here. We could have some Earth placements in your charts, possibly synchronizing or similar Earth placements, Earth energies. So that's another indicator for you. The Knight of Pentacles is Taurus energy, by the way, and the King of Cups is Scorpio. So there's some additional bits of confirmation and info for you guys out there. But aside from that, I really see a lot of self-development leading you to this conclusion, if that makes sense, where you and your person may have spent a good amount of time really doing a lot of self-work and focusing on your own growth and well-being. And that's leading you to this next phase of this connection. And like I said, with the Knight of Pentacles coming out, I feel like it's been a long time coming. Like this may have been a goal of yours for a really long time, or for your person, something both of you have really wanted for a long time, and it's felt like it's taken a bit too long to get there, maybe for some of you, to the point where this conclusion that's within reach, that is within reach, is going to feel like a really big release and blessing when it comes in for you, because you've been trying to manifest it for a while, okay? I do think that there's going to be a lot of emotion involved in the near future between the two of you as well. Lots of emotional expression and connection. Maybe even like a stabilizing of your emotions. Like if you felt like this has been a bit of a roller coaster, I feel like things are going to be leveling out and stabilizing. I don't even think that's a phrase. Stabilizing between you and your person, and it's going to feel very positive in that regard. Now, I can't ignore the combo that came out between the Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands, especially since we had all that other stuff come out in the first spread, relating to higher level commitment, possibly, you know, moving things forward pretty rapidly between the two of you. And possibly even like engagement, marriage, coming into formal union, 3D union with each other. To me, this can even talk about a proposal, because we have moving things forward, communication, we have an offering of sorts. Sometimes I do read the Page of Pentacles as like a proposal of some kind, a love offer, and a love offer to escalate things further. And if you look at the imagery on this card, it almost looks like the gazelle and the wands are like rushing in towards this Two of Cups energy here. So it's talking about moving things forward, bringing you into union, closer into union, okay? So for some of you, it definitely could relate to an engagement of some kind, like we literally had a wedding ring come up in the first spread. If it's not to that level or that extreme, it's basically going to just be a love offer that really does solidify the two of you being together in a union with one another. The Two of Cups like screams that from the rooftops, okay? So I see this as like extra confirmation for a lot of what we've already talked about in today's reading. There's going to be a lot of self-work, this expansion that's happened for you and your person. It's a long time coming, but it's going to feel deeply rewarding and positive when it comes in. And this offering to move things forward and the two of you being in a union with one another. And again, I think for some of you watching, this could definitely be your divine counterpart, okay? So very interesting, you guys. Let's get out a few more cards. Let me see. What are we going to do here? Let's get out, you know what? I'm not even going to ask a specific question. I'm just going to pull a couple cards and see what extra info you need. Okay? Maybe you've been a little bit discouraged that this wasn't coming in for you, like especially if you've had visions about this for a long time. You kind of feel like, okay, where is it then? What's happening here? It's coming in for you. Try not to feel discouraged, and also try not to like too heavily attach to, you know, specific expectations of outcomes. The universe always brings us what we're meant to have in its perfect divine form, at least in my opinion. Maybe you've even felt a little bit conflicted because you almost are like in this waiting energy. And I feel like this Chariot card here is talking about, you know, even more confirmation that yes, things are progressing, things are moving forward. You can kind of relax about that. Okay, let's get a couple of message cards out from your person to you. Like I noted in the beginning of the reading, you know, just in case you missed that, we're talking about messages from them to you in the future. So not necessarily what they would say to you right now, but things that they might say to you or might want to say to you in the future, like when this is all going down, like as these changes are occurring. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot about expansion. Like your person may be having like big wake up calls and stuff like that within the next few weeks, months or so. Let's get a few more cards out. Okay. Whoa. All right, and I'm gonna pull a few. That's funny. Hold on a second, you guys. Ignore that because it's not part of the message. I set it down because I just looked over and the back of the deck for this now is the Two of Cups. And then as I lifted it off my other deck, we have the Lovers. So I feel like that's extra because like I didn't even use this deck, but like I had it stacked. But anyway, I feel like that's extra confirmation for you that, yeah, you and your person are going to be coming into a union in the near future, okay? And if you're already in a union with this person, if you're already together with them, it's going to be taken up a notch. Like you're going to feel closer to them. It's going to be even deeper than it is right now. So let's get out a couple cards from my handmade deck. And then I'm going to read everything to you like all at once. I'm just going to lay the cards out and then I will read them to you. That's what I'm feeling called to do. Okay. Whoa. Some of you out there like wanted extra reassurance right now or something. I feel like this is actually current energies. I don't know why, but that came out as like a current message. I did set the intention this would be for like the future, like when this is all going down, but I'm specifically feeling this is meant for you right now for some reason. Okay. Okay. So what your person will say to you or will want to say to you, like as these changes are occurring, as things are kind of like shifting and moving forward here. First up, we have you were the best thing in my life. You can also correct that to you are the best thing in my life. That might be something that they say to you. I wouldn't be shocked based on the rest of the reading here today. I'm grateful for the spiritual lesson. Just being near you is intoxicating. So many things remind me of you. I think about you a lot, especially at night. We will be together one day. I'm getting ready to open up to you. Everything is going to be fine. If you only knew the thoughts that run through my head and divine timing. So I think that your person's going to be having a lot of revelations come through over the next, few weeks, months here. Like as these changes are occurring, they're learning a lot of significant life lessons, personal lessons, spiritual lessons. They just want to be closer to you. It's very clear that they want to be with you. They think that you are a very significant person to enter into their life, and they're definitely not in any kind of doubt about that. They might even be having some revelations about that, where it could be that for a while they took this connection almost like a little bit too lightly. Not saying they necessarily took it as like a casual connection where they had, no serious feelings for you. But I just feel like their thoughts about you, their feelings about you and your significance are growing. There's growth that occurs here, and your person is fully aware of that growth and how It seems like day by day, hour by hour, they continue to just feel closer to you and want to get closer to you. They are thinking about you a lot during this time. And maybe they have some type of belief in divine timing, and they see that things are playing out how they're divinely timed to. So your person could have like, a strong religious or spiritual belief or some sort of belief system that makes them think about fate and, things coming together as they're meant to. So let's get out some tiles and charms. This is for bonus confirmation and insight. Okay. Interesting, we have 2 O's coming out here. So somebody could definitely have an O in their name. You guys see that, right? That's funny. So definitely the letter O could be significant here, but even more abstractly, we could take this as 0, 0, 0. In a lot of ways, there's a new beginning at hand, like a new chapter, starting from scratch, something very fresh, okay? If anybody wants to drop info about angel number 000 down below in the comments, you're welcome to. The only other word we have right here is up. So it involves leveling up, ascending, moving things forward, a new beginning where you're entering into a new phase of your own lives and of this connection, and it's in a positive way. These are positive changes, okay? We also have a D and a Z, okay? So I'm going to leave that there. As for the other charms, we have Saturn coming out here. Your astrological charts could give you a lot of clues about the significance of this connection. Maybe see what's going on with Saturn in your charts. Also just space in general. Maybe somebody in this connection is very interested in space. Could also even be talking about a fated connection, since we have the unicorn coming out here. This is a rare type of connection. It was fated, it was destined, it's something that's meant to be. And then the umbrella, I feel like maybe you and your person have been through some trials and tribulations in this connection and separately, and the rainy days are going to be over soon, so to speak. You're going to be able to bask in the sun's splendor. You're going to be able to see the rewards of your efforts, if you will, okay? Now I'm going to get you your personal messages from universe. Doesn't have to relate to this connection at all. I like to get these out for the collective at the end of my readings, so that way you're able to bring the focus back toward yourself again, bring the energy back towards you. If you've made it this far into the reading, drop a music note emoji down below for me, since we have the heart song coming out here. Maybe even a heart and a music note emoji or something like that. And remember, I am doing that extended where we'll talk about current energies. So you can find that info down below if you're interested. Your first personal message is the heart song. Stop and listen to your heart. Your truth shines from within your soul. You can find it in the spaces between your thoughts. Your reality is eternal, unchanging love. Beautiful. And your affirmation of the day I'll hold up for you. If you'd like to affirm it with me, you can read it aloud or comment it below. Today I am healthy. Today my mind, my heart, and my soul are one healthy being. Beautiful, you guys. I'm going to leave this reading here. I'd like to thank you all so much again for joining for today's reading. And I do hope to see you around the future again. Have a blessed rest of your day or night. Bye for now.